And I'm doing it. Welcome to another edition of Take 5. It is Friday, December 16th, 2011. And glad you could join me. We are in Luke chapter 8, verse 26. Then they sailed to the country of the Gerasenes, which is opposite Galilee. When Jesus had stepped out on land, there met him a man from the city who had demons. For a long time he had worn no clothes, and he had not lived in a house, but among the tombs. When he saw Jesus, he cried out and fell down before him and said with a loud voice, "What have you to do with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I beg you, do not torment me." For he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. For many a time it had seized him. He was kept under guard and bound with chains and shackles, but he would break the bonds and be driven by the demon into the desert. Jesus then asked him, "What is your name?" And he said, "Legion," for many demons had entered him. And they begged him not to command them to depart into the abyss. Now a large herd of pigs was feeding there on the hillside, and they begged him to let him enter these. So he gave them permission. Then the demons came out of the man and entered the pigs, and the herd rushed down the steep bank into the lake and were drowned. We're going to stop there for today. We'll talk about the herdsman's response tomorrow. But what you got here, you got a guy that's possessed by demons. But if you notice, the demons know who Jesus is right off the bat. And believe me, all the demons know who Jesus is. You know why they know who he is? Because he's in control of them. He's their boss. Now when you see things, by the way, this is my daughter Leela. Say hi, Leela. When you see things that you don't understand, that you think maybe is demonic activity, you've got to realize everything that's happening is happening under the control and under the will of God. And we may not understand it all. Just like this guy. I mean, this guy would just be kind of cast here and there. He didn't have any control over his life because these demons were inside him. But the fact is, these demons were still under the control of Jesus. And so, when they're asking Jesus, don't throw us into the abyss, they're basically asking Jesus not to throw them into the eternal prison prepared for them. And so Jesus, for whatever reason, grants their request, but he takes them out of this guy and sends them into pigs. The reason I tell you this is I want you to be encouraged, as my t-shirt says, never give up. Because God's in control of everything, no matter what it looks like. This was a dire situation for this guy. Certainly looked hopeless. I mean, the people would just keep him bound all they could, but he'd keep breaking those chains, and he was just a menace to society. But it was not hopeless for this guy. You come back tomorrow, we're going to get the conclusion of this story. You're going to see this guy was well dressed and in his right mind. He was a completely different person, and that's what will happen when you let God come into your life. You're going to be a completely different person. So just realize he's in control. Don't give up. All right? If even the demons submit to him, then we need to submit to him. Don't let the demons outdo you. If they're going to obey him, you need to obey him. So do that today. And you come back tomorrow for the next edition of Take 5.